All right, so we are talking about how to organize sentimental papers today. We are going to be talking about artwork, greeting cards, some photos, letters, newspaper articles that maybe you were mentioned in, and any other like papers that feel, you just feel emotional when you look at them. We're talking about how to organize them today. What we are not talking about is how to let go of sentimental items, including sentimental papers. That is a whole nother topic. I recently did a class on how to let go of clutter when you cannot let go, and I shared a very simple 5-step process to getting yourself to mentally, to emotionally be able to physically detach and let go of things that feel sentimental that you are holding on to. If you would like more support in that area, there is a link below to check it out. Okay, so when it comes to organizing sentimental papers, I have this box right here. So first off, I would recommend finding one box to keep sentimental papers and any like small sentimental items. So when I say one box per person in your family. So if there's 4 people in your family, then you would have 4 boxes. So this box I found recently, I love it. It's pink, it's soft, it has flowers on it, and it just feels like, love and warmth and tenderness, and so I thought it was perfect for sentimental papers. So let me go ahead and share with you what is inside here. Okay, so let's talk about artwork first. So I have artwork saved in this yellow envelope that just has a pink label that says artwork right here. So inside here I have artwork from when I was a child. My parents saved a couple things. And then I have artwork from my grandfather. My grandfather used to paint pictures. I have some things from my nephews and niece that they've made me inside here. And the biggest thing is not to save everything, but just save your favorite pieces. And then, as hard as it is, just let go of the rest or pass it on to other family members that don't have as much artwork. So that's inside there. Now, if you have 3D artwork, things made out of paper plates, pom-poms, popsicle sticks, and you don't want to hold on to the things, but you want to save the memory, you could always snap a photo of the artwork and then upload all the photos to a photo book, something like this right here that I just created. This doesn't have artwork, but this is from my grandma's 80th birthday. My sister and I made her a photo book, and you just take photos and you insert them into pages and stuff, and it's just such a great way to condense the volume of stuff into one flat book that doesn't take up a lot of space. All right, so that's an option as well. So let's talk about greeting cards. Now, I do want to show you one thing. So a great way to organize sentimental papers, like what I'm sharing today, is in these portfolios that I'm going to share right now. So these portfolios are so great. I'll talk about the reason why. They fit nicely into this plastic tote. It's like a plastic file tote. I will put links to all these products in the description of this video. Okay, so let's talk about greeting cards. So in this portfolio, this one is labeled Love because it has all kinds of letters and greeting cards that, they're from loved ones and stuff, and so I feel love when I read them and look at them. So what's cool about these portfolios is you can customize the spine. So it comes with an insert. You just take the insert out and you put, your own scrap of paper, and then you just put your own label right here, and it feels really nice and organized. All right, so greeting cards. So what I've done here is I've only saved the inside of the greeting card because, what I care about in the greeting card is the message the person writes, and it's nice to see the person's handwriting as well. So I just saved the inside. And something else you can do with greeting cards, while we were talking about greeting cards, is you can also, if you don't want to store them inside these portfolios, you can also store them on like a binder ring, just like this. All you do is you punch a hole in the corner and you put it on a binder ring, and now they are nice and together. So that's another way to do that. Or another way to organize greeting cards is inside of shoe protectors. So if you've been a professional organizer for a while, you might have seen these things like 10 years ago. They are like shoe protectors that just open. So here's the front of the card. You open it, you can see the inside, and then you can see the back. So they are really cool. They also fit really nicely inside of these mini binders that looks like, you know, these two things were just made for each other. So that's another way to do greeting cards. What else you can put inside of these portfolios is letters. So I had a letter from my grandma. I just went ahead and taped it inside with the envelope that has her handwriting and her old address label. That felt special to me. Something else you can do is you can paste in or tape in any newspaper articles. So maybe like someone in your family was written up in the local newspaper. That can go in there as well. Just so many things you can do with these portfolios. I won't show you everything, but I will show you a couple more things. Like for example, so when I was a child, my parents saved all my report cards, and that felt special to me. You know, now as an adult, going back and looking at everything. So what I did was I only saved like the final report cards from each year, and then I put them in here. And you know what's so crazy is that these report cards, they still smell the same way they smelled on like report card day. So I like, when I was organizing them, I smelled them and I was like, wow, it feels like, you know, the report card's coming in the mail, and just like that scary feeling of, you know, whatever grade you got. So smell is so important when it comes to recalling memories. It's actually like the strongest sense for bringing back all those memories. I found that when I was doing research and just thought that was so interesting. So something else you can do is you can put in awards or certificates from like work or anything. I received this like last year. So anything from like work, personal, childhood, your kids' certificates can go in there as well. Okay, so something else you can do is use poly envelopes just like this for organizing stuff. So when I organized this box, I wanted it to be like, you know, I can show family, I can show friends, we can laugh, we can cry together. And then there was a couple things that I felt like were private, like letters I wrote to myself, poems from when I was a kid. So I went ahead and I found an opaque poly envelope just like this, where you can't see what's inside, and so it just feels like private. This is from the dollar store. I just randomly stumbled upon that in the car aisle. All right, so something else you can do is you can organize photos inside of these small portfolios. So these portfolios come in 22 different sizes, so you know, definitely a wide range. So what I started doing was organizing photos from childhood. I have not finished, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize all the photos and then, you know, put all the different categories in these different portfolios. Again, you can customize the spine. You can label the spine. This is one from my dog as a child. Just have all the photos of my dog as a kid, and that feels fun to go through. And then also in here, I just have, these are not obviously papers, but just sentimental things that are small. And if you can use the stuff around your house, like if you have a picture, instead of putting it in a photo album, in a box, you know, frame the picture. If you want to frame the award, by all means, use the stuff, display the stuff. This, you know, this is really stuff that is not displayed in the house. I have other sentimental stuff displayed. So these are other random sentimental things that I have. Like this is tape from my grandparents' house that still smells like my grandparents' house, like decades later. It, you know, just feels so special. Okay, that's that. I have my high school portfolio, or not portfolio, my high school diploma in here. So what I love about these little portfolios is that they are archival quality. They have these black mounting, they have this black mounting paper inside of each of the sheets that is acid free. There's also something in the plastic here that will preserve your photos longer and any documents that have ink or toner on them, so they won't get stuck in the pages. And so they're just like meant to store things long term inside here. All right, and so one of the last things I have here are letters. So these are letters from when I started filming, organizing videos. Just so many nice, kind letters of gratitude. I've saved all of them, and I will one day make a photo book, but for now that is like a whole nother project. So for now they just hang out right here. And so one of the last things I have, well, this is the last thing I have in here, is a letter. So Obviously, there's no letter on this side, the letter's on this side, but this is a letter to whoever inherits this box. So whoever inherits this box, they're probably gonna have a really hard time getting rid of the stuff if the person is close to me, because it's all personal, it's all sentimental, it's all emotional. So this is a letter giving the person who inherits the box permission to let go, do whatever they want with the box. They don't have to feel bad. The reason I wrote it is because I know how hard it is to let go of sentimental items, especially if you inherit them from someone in your family. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you are struggling to let go of sentimental items, I've put together a very simple 5-step process to get you to mentally, to emotionally be able to detach from the possessions so you can easily move forward. I will put a link below if you feel like you need more support in that area. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video. Take care. Bye-bye.